Barbara Stanwyck's life has often been told as a story of strength, ambition, and reinvention. But behind the legend lived a woman shaped by loss long before fame ever found her. She was born Ruby Catherine Stevens on July 16, 1907 in Brooklyn, the youngest of 5 children in a family already stretched thin. Money was scarce, but stability disappeared entirely when she was only 4 years old. In July 1911, her pregnant mother was riding a streetcar with Ruby and her brother when a drunken man shoved her off the moving vehicle. The fall killed both her mother and the unborn child. Ruby witnessed the aftermath, an image that stayed with her for the rest of her life. 2 weeks later, her father abandoned the family and left for Panama to work on the canal. He never returned, dying during an epidemic. Orphaned, Ruby and her siblings were separated and sent to live with relatives and foster families. She moved constantly, sometimes through 4 homes in a single year, never staying long enough to feel secure. For a time, she lived with her eldest sister Mildred in a cramped Flatbush apartment that was often overcrowded and chaotic. The noise and instability became part of her daily existence. At 9, Ruby began traveling with Mildred during summer vaudeville tours. Backstage, she practiced dance routines and watched performers transform themselves under bright lights. Around that same time, she saw Pearl White in The Perils of Pauline, and became convinced that escape from her circumstances was possible. School offered little comfort. She liked literature but disliked the teasing and fights, and by 14 she dropped out to work wrapping packages at a department store. Survival came first. These early years hardened her, pushing her toward independence and teaching her not to rely on anyone else. At 15 she joined the chorus line at the Strand Roof in Times Square, dancing long overnight hours for $30 a week. The work was exhausting and often dangerous, filled with predatory men who treated young dancers as property. Ruby learned discipline, control, and how to protect herself. Around this time she chose a new name, inspired by a stage play and a billboard she admired. Barbara Stanwyck felt like a door opening, a way to step into a new life. The name stuck, and so did the ambition behind it. Her first major break came in 1926 when she joined the Broadway production of The Noose. The play ran for 9 months and Stanwyck's intensity caught attention. She followed it with Night Hostess and then Burlesque, which became a major hit and cemented her reputation as a powerful stage actress. Hollywood soon noticed. She appeared briefly in the silent film Broadway Nights and then transitioned into talkies, a difficult shift that nearly ended her career. Early reviews criticized her voice and performance, and Paramount considered dropping her. Director Frank Capra intervened, seeing something others missed. In 1930, Ladies of Leisure changed everything. Stanwyck played a party girl struggling to rise above her past, and audiences connected deeply with her raw honesty. The film made her a star and marked the beginning of a remarkable run in pre-code Hollywood. Films like Illicit and Night Nurse pushed boundaries, portraying women who challenged social norms and refused to be passive. In Babyface, she delivered one of the most controversial performances of the era, playing a woman who used sex and ambition to climb out of poverty. The film was heavily censored but still shook audiences and helped usher in stricter Hollywood morality codes. Throughout the 1930s, Stanwyck balanced vulnerability and toughness in roles that reflected her own life. Off-screen, her marriage to actor Frank Fay was violent and destructive. Fay resented her success, drank heavily, and physically abused her. Though they adopted a son, the marriage collapsed, and she divorced him in 1935. The experience left lasting scars and influenced many of the resilient women she portrayed on screen. Her career reached new heights with Stella Dallas in 1937, earning her an Academy Award nomination and cementing her reputation as one of Hollywood's finest actresses. She moved effortlessly between drama, comedy, westerns, and film noir, delivering iconic performances in Ball of Fire, Double Indemnity, and The Strange Love of Martha Ivers. By the mid-1940s, she was the highest-paid woman in America, a rare achievement in an industry dominated by men. Her private life, however, remained guarded. Her marriage to Robert Taylor, widely believed to be arranged by MGM to hide rumors about both of their sexualities, was emotionally empty and ended in divorce. Stanwyck never publicly discussed her relationships, choosing silence over confession in an era when honesty could destroy a career. Her political choices also brought controversy. She supported conservative causes and testified during the House Un-American Activities Committee hearings, actions that alienated colleagues and left a lasting stain on her legacy. In later years, she transitioned successfully into television, winning Emmys for The Barbara Stanwyck Show and The Big Valley. Even in her 70s, she continued to take bold roles, most memorably in The Thorn Birds, where she delivered a fearless performance that won both an Emmy and a Golden Globe. Yet her personal relationships remained fractured. Her adopted son grew estranged, a painful consequence of a life where work always came first. Stanwyck's health declined after decades of physically demanding roles, smoking, and relentless work. She spent her final years quietly and died on January 20, 1990, at age 82. She requested no funeral. What remained was a body of work that redefined female strength on screen, and a life marked by endurance, secrecy, and relentless drive. Rising from an orphan childhood in Brooklyn to become one of the most respected actresses in Hollywood history, Barbara Stanwyck left behind not just performances, but a testament to survival powered by talent and will.